Hello, Harmon families. My name is Kelly Williams, and I'm the literacy coach here at Harmon Elementary. And today I would like to share with you Title I and what Title I is. It's important that you understand what Title I is because it has a direct impact on your child here at school. But before we get started, I just wanted to reach out and express our gratitude. This has been a year like no other, and you've had to work with your students at home like you've never had to before. And we see that, and it makes a difference here at school with your child's growth as well. And that's exactly what part of Title I is too, that collaboration with parents. So let's go ahead and get started and take a walk through with what is Title I. Title I is the largest federal aid program for elementary, middle, and high school students. The Title I funds that we receive from the federal aid program provide educational services for children who need the most educational help. And the focus of the Title I program is to help all students meet the same standards of excellence expected of all children. So our Title I program here at Harmon includes the connection with the school and family, right? The PTA information that's sent out in our newsletters, those are some pieces of information that will be included as well. It also makes sure that we have reading specialists at this school that works with kindergarten, first, and second grade students with their reading skills coming into school. And it also allows myself, the literacy coach, to be here as well, and an additional math coach too, Mrs. Phil, who you'll get to meet here in a few moments. We are now offering after-school tutoring for some students in third and fourth grade, and that's actually happening in February and March. And additional resources for the class as well that are needed to supplement and provide that richer experience for students here. Those are some of the things that our program includes. Title I programs helps not just students and teachers, but also parents. The programs help the students perform at higher levels in school, which give them more confidence here. And it helps teachers understand the needs of the students and allows us to communicate that with you, the parents, as well. There's a school and home compact that is at the beginning of every agenda book, and that's the agreement between the school and the family to improve the performance of students, which is our overall goal here every year. So let's talk about parent involvement in Title I programs. At Harmon, we believe that the student learning is more likely to occur when there's a strong partnership between the school and parents or the guardians of the student and the family. So parent support. How can you be involved? You can be involved in the education of your children. In a normal, typical year, there would be many many school events here that you would be able to attend. And then just the most important one is probably keeping us informed about what's going on in your child's life. Things that are happening outside of school have a direct impact on how they perform and some of the behaviors here at school. So keeping in touch with the parents and our administration here, keep in contact with your child's teacher and administration here is so critical to making sure that your child is successful each and every day. And then just talk with your child about school. When they come home, they always say, how was your day? Fine. At least my child does. So I try to ask them questions like, what did you read about in school today? Or what's something new that you learned today? That allows them to kind of answer that with specific answers as well. And then you get a little bit more of an idea of what's happening in their day here at school. All right. You, as the parent or guardian in your child's life, have the right to know our professional backgrounds of our teachers here and administrators and staff working here, which includes their degrees, certifications, and you also have the right to know our evaluation from the state of Ohio, know the improvement of your child's school. Every school receives a grade, so you'll have access to that as well through the Department of Education. And you're also sent out for the state assessments, how your child did on those state assessments. So you'll have access to that information. And then you can always feel free to join our PTA, where you can help plan some of the other involvement activities that are happening here at Harmon. that wraps it up for our Title I presentation here. So hopefully now you have a better understanding of what Title I is and the benefit it gives to our students here at Harmon Elementary. There's also a quick survey. It has one or two questions on it. It's just asking you, did you watch this video? If you could click yes, that you did watch this video. And there's one other question there. Any other comments that you have about Title I or any other questions you have for us, there's a spot for you to fill that out as well. So that would be wonderful if you could fill that out on a link that your child's teacher will be giving you. And stay tuned so you get a chance to meet our math coach, Mrs. Gina Phil. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Gina Phil. I'm math coach at Harmon Elementary, so welcome. So you just heard about our school being a Title I school, which is a really, really good thing because we can serve our students so much better. So I want you to stay tuned because your grade level teachers are going to be showing you a game or activity that you can do at home with your child that practices math fluency and flexibility, something that is so important to math. So I want you to have a good time with that, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Hello, third grade families. Each student in the third grade will be receiving the story you see on the screen, Garvey's Choice. This story is filled with many short poems throughout the entire book. Here's a little background of the story and a little sneak peek. Garvey's father has always wanted Garvey to be athletic, but Garvey is interested in astronomy, science fiction, reading, anything but sports. Feeling like a failure, he comforts himself with food. Garvey is kind, funny, smart, a loyal friend, and he is also overweight. He's teased by bullies and lonely. When his only friend encourages him to join the school chorus, Garvey's life changes. The chorus finds a new soloist in Garvey, and through chorus, Garvey finds a way to accept himself and a way to finally reach his distant father by speaking the language of music instead of the language of sports. As your child goes through and reads this book at home, we invite you to read it with them. They will also be receiving a packet of extension activities. Some of those include things like this one. This is an idea that you can do with your student after or during reading Garvey's Choice. Names, nicknames, and name calling are important parts of this story. To begin, Garvey may have been named after Marcus Garvey, as it suggests and rhymes with Harvey on page 9. We would like you to talk with your student and find out about your own name. Maybe you were named after a particular person. Maybe your name means something. Maybe your child could write about if they like their name or dislike their name. You can even look up the history of your name. So, your task with your student is to write a poem that reflects on several aspects of your name. Be creative, use figurative language intentionally. Some other follow up activities include a food inspired poem. In this story, you'll learn that Garvey has a love hate relationship with food. When he has a tough day or feels like a failure, he comforts himself with food. As a result, many of the poems in the novel are about food, diets, and cooking. Your task is to write a poem about food. You and your student can work together. You could take this poem in any direction. You can honor your favorite food, describe your least favorite foods, discuss your dream feast, or even turn a recipe into a poem. The choice is yours. There's many follow-up activities that come with the packet your child will be taking home. You could write a poem about bravery. You could write a poem about something you really like to focus that poem on something like a particular sport or a type of music. Here's one of our favorite ideas: a talent show. As we learn throughout the book, Garvey is a very talented singer. So, one thing you could do as a family after reading Garvey's Choice is you could film yourself a 2-minute short film of a talent that you and your family may have, a live performance, as you would say. Which each of these activities, if your child completes them, they can bring them back into their third grade teacher to receive a small reward. The third grade team received their new book, Garvey's Choice, on a Google Meet. Please enjoy the following outtake.
It's your lucky day. We're going to start reading a new book called Garvey's Choice. It's by Nikki Grimes. Please take out your book. Claire, do you have your book? Do you have your book, Garvey's Choice?
Hold on one second. Let me go find it.
Miss Harrington, I thought it was called Gravy's Choice. Now, Kendall, how do you spell car? C-A-R. So look at the first 3 letters of that title.
It's Garvey.
Rhymes with car. So what is it?
It's Garvey. You guys are so silly.
Rodney, do you have your book?
I found it.
I've got mine, Mrs. Harrington.
Awesome.
It's right here.
Okay.
Hey,
Kendall?
Mr. Fetty's upside down.
He's not here.
Are you on the ceiling?
My dad's at home. He said, Mr. Fetty.
Oh no.
Kendall, do you have your book?
I got it.
I
got it.
Can I see? Hold it up, please. All right. Carly, do you have your book? Awesome. Okay. Everybody has their book, so we're ready to go.
Here are some great ways to practice multiplication facts at home with your child to help them with their math fluency.
Hi, third graders. It's Miss Dressel. I'm going to show you a couple of things that are in your math bag to take home. One of them is the 6 sheets of flashcards that you will eventually cut out, but you'll see on the back there's no answers yet. So I'm going to show you another tool you can use to find the answers to those. Now, some of these, like 1 times 6 or 2 times 6 or 3 times 6, you probably are getting used to these ones. They're a little bit smaller factors. So you can find this answer, by counting by 2s, or we know that anything times 1 is just that number. So some of those you'll do on your own, but if you get to ones that are more difficult, this is one that's a really great tool to use by yourself or with somebody else. But if I was, for example, trying to look for the answer to 6 times 8, I would put one finger up here or down here where it says 6 and one finger where it says 8. And I'm going to follow along this row and down this column to see where those 2 spots will meet together. You can see it's a little bit easier to use when it's flat on your desk, but just to follow your finger and find where exactly it meets, and that will give you your product or your answer. So your first task to be able to practice your flashcards is obviously to make them. So again, you'll cut these out and find the answers to all of these problems and write them on the back. And then I'm going to show you a few games that you can play to practice those with your family. Hi, third graders.
Now, Ms. Dressel will present to you some of the games you can play once your flashcards are complete.
One of the games that you can do is just to see how many problems you can get correct in a certain amount of time. So also included in your bag is a little calendar where you can record how many minutes you practiced your math facts at home. And if you practice every day, you'll get better and better each time. But just to go through your flashcards with a family member, you can have them hold up this side for you, and you can say, and you can say the product on the back. So that's one thing, just one easy way to practice. You can also play war with the cards. So you might have played that before with just a deck of playing cards, but you'll just flip a card over and whoever has the highest number wins. So with multiplication cards, it's a little bit different. So with these, if you put down these problems, say you put down a 4 times 6 and your family member puts down a 6 times 8, you can think to yourself, okay, right away, I probably already know who has the higher score, but you can talk about that and then flip over the card to see who won. And the goal is going to be to collect all of the cards. So that's one thing that just a really easy, another fun way to practice your facts. And you can make up your own games too to practice these. Maybe you can teach them to a younger sibling, or I don't know, play with another third grader that lives in your neighborhood. There's really a lot of possibilities for this, but our goal for you guys is just to get as much experience with all of your facts as possible, because it's going to make it really easy for you this year and on to next year when you start to do a little bit more of the complex multiplication. So we're looking forward to seeing how you guys do, but if you have any questions, reach out to your teacher, and happy practicing. Bye. One of the games that you...
Thank you so much for joining us for our Title I Virtual Family Night. Please take a quick moment to fill out the Google form sent by your child's classroom teacher once you have watched and completed this presentation. Thank you again for joining us. Bye.